Class is now in session. Join the podcast mogul Phil Better as he gives you tips, techniques, and strategies to grow and monetize your podcast. Live in his Facebook group, The Better Method of Daily Audience Growth for Independent Podcasters. Learn from him and his special guests as they help you become the next podcast superstar. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, podcasters of all ages, put your hands together for your host, Phil Better!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Invest in Yourself, the podcast series. I am, of course, the podcast mogul. I am here to help you grow and monetize your podcast, and I'm excited to teach you everything I know. Before we even begin this episode, if you're watching live, hit me with the hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, you know what to do. Hit me with that hashtag replay gang. Now, if you're not in the Facebook group watching the replay or watching this live and you're like, what? I'm missing out, and you're listening to this as only an audio only experience or on YouTube, head over to philbetterinc.com. Yes, that's philbetterinc.com/Facebook group and join the Facebook group so that you can be part of the amazing people that are currently in the group watching us live. So yes, we got my man Kenny in the house. Kenny, thank you so much for tuning in. He has a great podcast, Kenny, because you have commented. Please leave us the link to your podcast. Tell us a bit about the podcast, the name of your podcast, and the link so I can shout it out here on the show. Yes, if you're in the Facebook group, you get and comment on a live video, I will shout out your podcast in the episode and as well into the podcast sphere. So that's another reason why you should join the Facebook group if you're only listening to this on YouTube or on the app of your choice on the podcast version. So with that said, today's episode is about your email list and why your email list is so important to growing your podcast. I got slides, you know I do. So let's bring up the slides. Here we go. So essential strategies for building an email list for your podcast. This presentation guides podcasters through essential strategies for building and growing an email list. It covers the importance of having an email list, how to collect email addresses, best practices for managing and growing the email list, and so much more. Kenny, you are so very welcome. So first things first, here's what this webinar is going to be teaching you in this episode. It's going to be teaching you about email lists. It's going to teach you what is an email list, why is an email list important, how to collect the emails, what to do with them, how to manage them, and an offer for you guys, okay? As my thank you for watching this live or watching the replay, currently there is only 3 spots left, I believe. And I'll let you know about that at the end of the episode so that you can check it out. So this is only for the people who are listening live and replay until it is full and it's no longer. So unfortunately, if you're watching on YouTube or listening on the podcast episode audio only, you are no longer available for this, but that's why you have to be part of the group. Again, philbetterinc.com/Facebook group. It's going to be the top link in the show notes so you can jump in here. Okay, so why is an email list important for podcasters? So let's first talk about what is an email list. An email list is just simply a list of email addresses from your audience, from any group of people. Now, why is an email list important to a podcaster? Because it's the only form of two-way communication between you and your listener. It's a method of monetization as well as a method to gain downloads. So I'm guessing this is my good friend Adam who's joining us right now. So as this is a method of downloads, I know Adam has a great email list for his podcast, the TWS Sports Podcast. So Adam, thank you so much for tuning in. If it's not Adam, then I apologize. Let me know what your name is. But if this is Adam, you know what to do. Leave us a little explanation of your podcast. Kenny has done that as well. So we're going to shout him out because that's what we do on the show. It's about collaboration, not competition. It's passion, purpose, and possibilities. We talk about your passion, fulfilling your purpose, and exploring the possibilities. You can check it out at kennyingersolltv.weebly.com/passion-purpose-and-possibilities. Of course, it's going to be in the show notes. You can check it out. Or if you're in the Facebook group, click along with it. And it's my good man Adam. I was right. Anyways, okay. Back to your email list. Guys, make sure you hit hashtag live if you're watching live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay gang. So yeah, like I said, it's a two-way communication because this is a guaranteed. You are talking to your audience in your emails. And you can make it personalized as well, and they can talk to you and they can feel like they're part of the whole thing. So that's why you want an email list. And I highly suggest you guys jump on mine because I drop notions of notions, and of course when you join the Facebook group you get part of that. So this is how you collect emails. I just showed you a method of collecting. So how do you get it? You get your audience to opt in. If you go to feelbetterinc.com/Facebook group, you will see that there's a sign in page. That is a landing page that I created for my Facebook group where I collect people's email address so that I can communicate them to let them know when the episode goes, when I'm going live streaming, so that they can join in and they can communicate and have their questions answered live. Okay. That's called an opt-in form. Another one is lead generating content. You can put out, hey, I have a free ebook, I have a free PDF, I have a top 10 list. That is a lead generating content. So people will, of course, want to buy it, or not buy it, but give you their email in exchange for you emailing it to them. And you can directly I ask you guys to sign up for my email group. If you are in the Facebook group and you're not part of my email list, let me know, or just head over to Facebook, feelbetterinc.com/Facebook group. And that's going to let you join the email list and you'll get the notifications of when I go live. I will be starting in March. You will be receiving emails talking about the subject we're talking about this week, some tips through it, as well as the episode. That's coming up as well. So hold on, I'm just going to jump over here. So like I said, what is lead generating content? Free book, exclusive podcast episode. You can say, hey, you can listen to this episode of an exclusive episode of a podcast that no one else has heard unless you sign up to the email list. You can give them a free one every month or something like that, kind of like a Patreon, or give them a taste of the Patreon, which moves into monetizing your brand using Patreon, and you can use your email list like that. You want to make it as easy as possible to sign up. If you join my group straight out of Facebook, if you're able to find it, I ask for your email address to join. If you don't give me your email address, you don't join. So I'm making it easy for them to sign up. And it says, hey, this is because we want to sign you up to our email address. And you're that's pretty much you confirming that you want to be part of it. Or you say, hey, go to this website to sign up, click this link to sign up. You have to make it very, very easy for your audience to sign up and get email. So you say, hey, if you want this free episode on how I make $1 million podcasting, you need to go over to this episode. By the way, that's an episode that's dropping. If you're interested, let me know. I will send you the link. But you have to be part of my Facebook group. And the link, of course, will be in the show notes down below when it's uploaded. Anyways, you also want to look what other successful podcasters in your niche are doing with their email list. Join it. If you look at Tim Ferriss, he has his weekly 5. He gives you his top 5 things that he's doing. He always includes his episode in it. That's going to play on in the next slide what we're going to talk about. But you have Travis Chappell, who has changed what his style of emailing is. It's interesting. He does teasing of what's coming up on the episodes that he has recorded. He's also learning. He's growing. You grow as well as you change how you write. That is something you need to learn about, and that's something I'll explain in the offer coming up. Now, managing and growing your email list. Now, you need to be able to segment your list. I have multiple lists on my SendFox. I'm not going to bring it up, but I have multiple lists so that each one of my lists gets specific types of emails. Like I have my Facebook group, I have my digital entrepreneurs who get a certain type of content, and I have others as well. Those are the different lists. They get different content. So that's what you want to do. You can segment it by interest, where they came from. Hey, did they come from the Facebook page? Did they come from, my email, my book? Did they come from my podcast? Other things like that. Behaviors, how do they behave? Do these guys click more often? Do these guys just read? And Like, and the grow it is very simple on your email in your episode. How many times have you heard me to join my Facebook group, which will bring you into my email system? That's what you should do. Make it simple. Hey, I want your email, but I want you to join this free group that I have, but to come into the group, it's going to cost you your email address. And most people are like, oh, okay. And you say, I'm not going to email you all the time, but you're going to get an email at least once a week or a couple times a week talking about it. Okay, you want to make sure that you learn from others and that specialize in email growth. These are people who, if you want to, I have a few episodes on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur podcast, my other podcast that talk about email specifically. I even think I have one or two episodes in the podcast series, interview series, or season that talk about growing your email for your podcast. I highly, highly suggest you guys listen to that. And that's how you're going to learn how to grow your email. Because you're going to learn from specialists who do it for a living. Find people who do it and follow them for at least 30 days. Follow their content, follow their method for 30 days. Now, you learn from those teaching the method you want. So you have to learn from that. And if you guys are listening to me, then I'm guessing you are interested in joining me on a project that I have, a beta group. If you're in the Facebook group, you've seen the post. So if you're watching live, I'm going to give it to you right now. I am offering I'm doing a course on an email automation system that I use to grow not only my email group list, but also automate my guest sequence so that everything's taken care of in an email sequence. So it turns my guests into fans of my podcast. Kenny is already in it. He's one of the people. This is going to be March 6th to 10th. It's going to be usually about 30-minute long episodes. I'm going to be teaching my full method 5 days. So if you're in it, you can join it. It's completely free until it's full. Afterwards, you will have to pay because I'm going to be releasing it as a course. So this is what it is. It's going to be a simple thing. I'm looking forward to doing it. So if you're interested, if you're listening to this, watching this live, you can join, DM me. There's 3 spots left for this group. I'm going to do it regardless. If I have 2 people only 2 people are going to be in it. That's fine. But currently only have 2 members in it. So I thank you very much. I wish you all a great, great day. Wait, is there another thing? Yes. Oh, I thank you very much for your time. And I hope you guys had a great time. If you have any questions about email lists, or growing an email or starting an email list, leave them down here. I'll try my best to answer them. But my biggest thing is go listen to my interviews with email experts on this podcast, as well as on the Digital Entrepreneur podcast, because they're the ones where you're going to learn the most, because they drop so much gold. Again, I want to thank you all for listening, watching, and being a member of the crew. I'm glad you guys are taking the time to invest in yourself. And remember, always, always invest in yourself.